Welcome to another Slicers and Dicers episode, Dice Not Included. Today we'll be discussing Brooks Shoal. It's the town over on the, the East Coast?
Yep, East Coast.
East Coast. It's a lot different than the other towns. This one seems to be islands with is this a bridge or a road?
That's the Great Road, the one that spans all of Derry.
Oh, okay.
This is the one that leads into Brooks Shoal.
Does it go over the water, or does the water stop right there?
Good question. The water goes through culverts that were actually built in it. Now, these have been there for, since the road was built, and they're used to allow the natural waterways to travel through here. Interestingly enough, during the rainy seasons, the whole thing will fill with water, and those culverts are very much needed to keep the road from washing out.
Is the road above that wash then, when it floods?
Yep. Yep, the road always stays above, as does this little land mass over here as well.
Oh, this one with the fence around it.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, all of the houses themselves are on stilts, so those remain above water level always as well. That's only during the rainy seasons, of course.
And then there's this big dock made out of this stone also?
It's made out of the same materials that the Great Library and the other buildings and Great Wall in Darien are made of. It's that stone that nobody quite knows what it is. It's like a basalt, but it's never been put together this way before that they've ever seen.
Oh, nice. Sure's pretty big dock for a small town.
Well, it was here when before the town was founded. Jeremiah Brooks, the original, founded this town when he got kind of bored of living in a Darien that was too safe. He seen the townsfolk becoming a little complacent, and he wanted to go find adventure. So he headed down the road to the east, which no one had done previously. And upon traveling to the end of the road, he found this great dock, upon which he built the town of Brooks Shoal. To this day, the Brooks still run the town, but you wouldn't know where their house is by looking at it, because everyone lives in the same house.
These ones on stilts.
Yes, sir.
And then they just travel around in the little boats?
Yeah, the boats, they use the waterways to get around the town. The waterways also feed the town. They provide all of the care that is needed for the townsfolk as well. It's their travel, it's their food, it's their general. I mean, they wash their clothes in it. It's the waterways. It is not fresh water though; it is brackish. So
oh, okay. They can't just. Gotcha. It's salt water.
Mm-hmm. Well, brackish, like salt, clear mixture, not super salty, but salty enough to where you can't drink it.
Oh, okay. Now I noticed there's only a couple buildings that aren't houses here. There's the dry dock and boat supply, Pearson Stable and Livery, and then Brooks Expeditions.
Yep. The dry dock and boat supply probably wouldn't exist if not for the need for Brooks to make a couple dollars off making boats for people not from Brooks Shoal. Also, he needed a place to be able to outfit his own barges with defenses and to fix them after battles on the river occur. So to that end, they created the dry dock and boat supply. You can go there and get a boat made on Darien. It's the only place in the human lands that you can. So you could also find everything you need for fishing, supplying your boat, even sails and such. You could even find a captain or a crew through the boat supply.
So if you wanted to travel up and down the coast, this would be the place to go.
It would. It's the only place to go, really. The coast is kind of a loose term, too. It's more of a gigantic river between two large islands when you look at the overmap. That's what they're on. The river itself is, I believe, 20 miles wide, so it's more like a small ocean expanse.
Oh, wow. It's a wide river.
Yeah, like I said, it's more like a small ocean expanse.
And the Pearson Stable seems to be the same one that's everywhere. They pop up a lot.
Yeah, he's got that monopoly going on horses, so you'll see a Pearson Stable at any civilized human settlement in the Isle of Marin. You'll also notice that Brooks Expedition is down in here. Now, don't let the size of that building fool you. It might be tiny, but that's because you don't need a lot of room for a desk and some names written on a piece of paper. If you need hardy men to handle a job and you've got the coin to pay them, this is the premier place on the island to go to hire them. They have a very great track record, and they also sell carts.
So what if you were a hardy person looking for a job?
To get hired into Brooks Expeditions, you would they make really good money. They're expensive, so you would have to have either been raised in the town and worked your way up the ladder to get there and catch the eye of Brooks Expeditions to be offered as a mercenary, or you would have to be famous in your own right to be offered a position. It's not just everyday schmoes that you can hire out of there.
So a little
It's
higher
heroes
level.
of the land. Yeah, exactly.
And then I see you got two other kinds of ships out here, the war barges,
Oh,
which
yes.
look pretty armored up.
So the river provides for Brooks Shoal. It gives food in the form of fish and other things that wash up on shore, little crabs. And like I said, it's brackish, so they can get kelp out of it. They get all kinds of goodies out of it, oysters. But also, if they travel south down the large river/open ocean expanse, you'll come across an area that is an ancient battleground for ships. And the barges will go out there, and divers will dive off and recover loot from the ancient ships to trade with other towns and sell at the trade barge in town. Now, mind you, that would be an easy, peachy keen way to make money if not for the orcs and giants that live on the landmass across this ocean expanse that also know of this ancient battleground and looted themselves. Thus, all the what I like to call the steel tent or the iron tent that is on the boat, a place to hide from their arrows and the rocks that they're flinging. It's also the main reason that Brooks Shoal is so heavily populated with tough guys and girls.
It's because of the orcs across the way.
Yeah. The orcs never try to make it to landfall here. They never try to cross all the way over. At least not that they know of in Brooks Shoal. But they clash with them out on that open river/open expanse quite a bit. So.
And then the trade barge, you said that's where they sell all the goods they get fish up from the river?
Well, they'll come in and trade with her on the trade barge with the goods for stuff to survive, maybe a fish catch of the day or what have you. But they will also get coin off of her, and then she trades with anyone who comes to town who's not a townsfolk as well. So that's how they get their influx of coin, is mainly through the trade barge.
Gotcha.
In a nutshell, that's the economics of the town. River to trade barge to outsiders, cash to the people in the river who got the stuff to the trade barge. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Pretty interesting town.
Yeah, it's full of roughnecks. I wouldn't come here and mess around.
Not a place to start a bar fight, which there doesn't seem to be a bar, so...
No, there's not a bar. They're too busy just trying to survive on the river here.
Yeah, probably not the easiest.
No.
Although these houses look a little easier to defend.
Oh yeah, each one is its own. If you roll up the sides, if you get the leather out of the way, because they're completely wrapped in leather to weather the storms that come. But if you roll up the sides and fire from them, each one is its own. What do you call it? A platform that they stand on and shoot from outside of the
I was
fort.
thinking just a sniper tower, but I don't think that's what it's called.
No, portcullis maybe, sniper tower.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. You know what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Yep.
But yeah, each one of them is easily defended that way. You could have even your smallest child up there firing a light crossbow into any enemy that may try to come across you.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll have a hard time getting up to you.
Get some tower shields.
There's all kinds of defensibility to those buildings.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that when we come here.
Yeah. Well, don't start any problems with the roughnecks, and there ain't going to be no problems with the roughnecks.
I'm hoping we come in and spend some coin, earn some coin, and move on.
There you go.
That's how I like my towns. ended up in jail on too many campaigns.
Well, you'll notice there is no jail here.
Yeah, that worries me more.
Yeah. Good old jail. That would be Pearson's Hold, but that's for another video. So,
I think the next one.
with any luck, yes.
All right, well, I'll be talking to you again then. Thanks a lot, everyone.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed.